Hi everyone, my name is Tanya Zuckerbrot. I'm a registered dietitian and the CEO and founder of FFactor. FFactor is a health and wellness company that is revolutionizing the weight loss industry. For over 20 years, I have used the FFactor program to help my clients to lose weight and keep it off without the typical feelings of hunger and deprivation associated with most weight loss plans. In addition, FFactor improves your energy and your health without compromising your lifestyle. From day one on FFactor, you can dine out, enjoy cocktails, eat carbs, and even work out less while the pounds melt away. So today, I am here to share with you my 5 tips for honoring your health and your waistline during this time of self-quarantine. Tip number 1, set a healthy mindset, but make goals that are attainable and realistic. Many of us are on week 3 of quarantine and are feeling anxious that we have not accomplished everything that we set out to do, because many of us were overly ambitious with how we're going to use this time. We thought we're going to be home for a month and we could completely change our lives. We were going to learn a new language, we were going to lose 20 pounds, I was going to read 30 books. We're all guilty of this. And then the time went by so fast, and then we look back on it and then we felt even more anxiety that we weren't being as productive as we wanted to be. So we're already feeling anxious about COVID. Now we're feeling anxious about being unproductive. So let's just take a breather. Now, it doesn't mean that all goals should go out the window. Of course, I still want you focused on self-care, but maybe let's take it down a few notches and lower the bar for what we're trying to accomplish. So maybe instead of trying to lose weight during this time of self-quarantine, use this time to manage your weight. Let's just not be gaining any weight. Rather than thinking that you're going to work out every day, just make sure that you move a few minutes per day. So my first tip is, when it comes to weight management, set a schedule. Eat breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. That kind of structure will help you to avoid unnecessary snacking throughout the day, ending up in the kitchen 20 times a day, where all this unconscious eating happens, which leads to an excess of calories that can lead to weight gain. So I find that structured meals, once again, breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, are really important to ensuring that you're nourishing your body, but you're not overdoing it. Like I said, when it comes to exercise, rather than feeling you have to, work out for an hour a day, just make sure that you move. And another small tip, rather than completely transforming your diet or saying, I'm not gonna eat any processed foods, whether it's chips or cookies, I'm gonna make sure that I'm adding in good foods. So rather than focusing on what you're not doing, focus on what you should be doing. Make sure you have one piece of fresh fruit every day, whether it's an apple or an orange, or even a banana, and make sure to include vegetables at lunch and dinner. By focusing on what you are doing right, it puts less pressure on you to avoid what you should not be doing. Tip number 2, stay properly hydrated. I recommend that each of you aim for 2 liters of fluid a day. When you are dehydrated, the symptoms mimic the symptoms of hunger. You feel weak, tired, shaky, and cranky. And then you think you need to eat something in order to feel better, and what you really needed was a 0-calorie glass of water hours earlier. So understand that when you're dehydrated, it can lead to overeating and unnecessary calories. Another factor when it comes to proper hydration is that it aids with digestion and evacuation. Staying properly hydrated will also help you to go to the bathroom, and a lot of people have been complaining that during this time of self-quarantine they have not been pooping, and in part it's because they're not moving as much, they're not getting enough fiber, but they're also not drinking enough water. Especially, a lot of people are enjoying a daily happy hour, and I'm not judging that. God knows I enjoy a glass of wine every day at 5 p.m., but alcohol does dehydrate you even further. So if you are going to have that daily happy hour, and many people are doing it over Zoom with their friends, that's cool, but just make sure for every glass of wine you have a glass of water. So wine, water, and that will help not only to minimize your hangover, but keep you properly hydrated as you're enjoying cocktails. Tip number 3, aim for 35 grams of fiber per day. Now, I consider myself a little bit of a fiber expert because, frankly, I have dedicated my entire career to prescribing high fiber diets to my patients to help them to lose weight without hunger and improve their health. And today I'm going to share with you why you should be eating more fiber and how you can get more fiber into your diet during this time of self-quarantine. So what is fiber? Well, fiber is the indigestible part of the carbohydrate. Your body cannot break it down. And yet, fiber revs up metabolism and keeps you full for hours, despite the fact it has 0 calories and 0 grams of carbs. Fiber not only revs up metabolism, but fiber can actually bind with fat and calories in the other foods you're eating and usher a portion of those fat and calories out of your body, which speeds up weight loss. Fiber also has numerous health benefits, including helping you go to the bathroom. And proper evacuation is so important to detoxifying your system. Many of us are feeling constipated because we're not moving as much during this time of self-quarantine. We are dehydrated, and we've been relying on processed prepackaged food. During self-quarantine, many people bought foods that were shelf-stable that often lacked fiber, and because we're feeling anxious or maybe because we're bored, we're doing more unnecessary snacking on chips and refined processed foods that has no fiber, and we're getting backed up. So the solution is aim for more whole foods that are packed with fiber. Fiber is found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes, but not all fruits, vegetables, and whole grains are created equal. For example, bananas only have 1 gram of fiber, so instead opt for raspberries, which have 8 grams of fiber. Other high fiber fruits include apples, pears, blueberries, strawberries, even oranges and grapefruits are a good source of fiber. When it comes to vegetables, the cruciferous vegetables typically are highest in fiber. That's broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, and Brussels sprouts. And when it comes to whole grains, well, you can get whole wheat bread, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat wraps, brown rice. So look for the whole grain varieties of your favorite starches. And that's a great place to boost the fiber intake of your diet. Now, the simplest thing you could do is start your day with a high fiber cereal. Many high fiber cereals have at least 13 grams of fiber, which means that you can meet half of your fiber needs before lunch. So aim for 35 grams of fiber per day. You'll find that you're super full and you can manage your weight without hunger. Tip number 4, focus on a weight-resistant activity. Now, many of us thought we were going to work out every single day, and if you're doing that, that's amazing. But if not, just aim for at least 15 minutes to 30 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week. Even that will help you to maintain muscle mass during this time, or even start to put on muscle. And that really is the point I want to stress, is rather than freaking out that you can't do all your cardio classes, you can't go out for a run, your weight is actually better off managed through your muscle mass than by trying to burn it off through cardio. The more muscle you have, the more catabolically active your body is. So I want you using the time you're investing in activity on activities that build muscle. So you can do push-ups, you can do sit-ups, or maybe even pull-ups if you have a pull-up bar. You could do yoga, Pilates, or you can get some simple equipment on Amazon, for example. You can get some dumbbells, you can get some resistant bands, and those bits of equipment can really help you to build muscle and maintain muscle, which revs up metabolism and increases the amount of carbs you can eat without weight gain. Plus, the more muscular you are, you look lean, you look strong, and with summer around the corner, and at some point we will be coming out of quarantine, you want to make sure that you're not all flabby. So focus on building muscle 2 to 3 times a week. Tip number 5, be sure to check in with yourself once a week. This is not a time to let everything go. This is not a time to put your head in the sand and just think, I'm gonna eat whatever I want at the end of this, I'll fix the problem or I'll clean it up. Use this time to honor your intentions, to look and feel your best. Don't be too hard on yourself, but also hold yourself accountable. And therefore, I want you to weigh yourself once a week just to make sure that you're keeping within a 5-pound range of your original weight. Or if you don't own a home scale, just see how your jeans are fitting. So you can see I'm wearing my jeans, and once a week, slip those jeans on, make sure they still fit. If they're feeling snug, think about introducing more fiber into your diet, more vegetables. Think about how you can cut back on some of the processed refined foods, or maybe you're having too many treats a day. But you want to make sure that you are managing your weight, managing your health, but above all, that you are managing the expectations you are setting for yourself. So I hope that these tips help you to understand that while everything outside of our house right now certainly feels out of control, what you put in your body and how much you exercise and your mindset are 100% within your control. We do not have to become victims of circumstance. We do not have to use this time to become unhealthy and gain unnecessary weight gain. In fact, you can use this time to set new goals, to define who you want to be, and start taking small and active steps to being that person. I hope you guys stay safe, stay at home, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you next week for the final video in my wellness series. See you soon.